is well with you. In this video, I'm going to be sharing how to make some space-saving stamps. Some space-saving stamps. In the past, I've made stamps with foam sheets, different things, but the stamps are bulky because I would use wood or cardboard, and I don't like the bulkiness. So I had this idea and I tried it. I don't know if someone else did it because I didn't search it out on YouTube to find out whether it was out there or not. But let me show you the impressions first, then I'll show you the stamps. And when I say space saving, it is space saving. These are the impressions that I got from the stamps. These are my prototype. Well, it's a result of my prototype. So these are the impressions from the stamps. That's some good impressions, some good stamping. So now let me show you the prototypes of the stamps. They are so thin. That's why I say space saving. Look. You can make a stack of these. 50 of these will still be flat. Look. It's like a thin sheet of paper, and it works. Again, let me show you the result of these stamps. It got ink all over them because I didn't wipe them down. But this one made this one made this one made this. Okay, so now if you like making stamps but you don't like to have to deal with all the bulk like the cardboard and the wood, and you know, then you can't really see where you're stamping. If it's wood and wood is cheaper, you can't see with the cardboard. Well, this might be of help to you. So let me show you how I made that. So first thing we're gonna need is some acetate. This is an old piece of acetate paper. Now, if it's not acetate, it can be thin plastic, and I'm gonna show you, like, I have these stickers here from the Dollar Tree. I'm gonna use a piece of the plastic from here to show you that you could get plastic from anywhere. But it doesn't have to be like real hard, but it does have to be plastic. This is really thin acetate. But you don't want it flopping. It should be able to hold it on, but if it's flopping down, like you can't, when you hold it like this, it has no type of then no, that's not gonna work. But most plastic that you get with sticker sheets and all that, they have some to it, some weight to it. I'm using foam sheets. I'm sure there's other things you can use, but in this video, I'm using foam sheets. I did 3 kinds, which I'm gonna do in this video. One with die cuts, embossing folder, and scrap pieces. And of course, there are more things that you can use to make the impressions, but those are the 3 I'm going to be using. Okay, besides, so let me show you. So I have some embossing folders, I have some dies right here, and I have some scrap pieces. Now, I'm going to be using the scissors machine, but you're going to see, like, if you don't have a scissors machine, it's okay, because you can still do something. You can still make a stamp without the die cuts. You can just use, you know, like scrap pieces. And look how that one came out. Right? It's just about taking your time and cutting some things out, which I'm going to show that. And repositional glue stick. And I have a fake, not a fake, well, I don't know, this is not fake. This is just an old acrylic block to do stamping on. So you will put the stamp, you know, the clear stamps, and put it on here and then stamp. So I just use this because it's an old one. And some people, they don't mind even touching the stamp and putting it down. They don't need an acrylic block. And here I have some paper just to try out the stamps once I make them. So again, here are the prototypes. Very thin, as you can see. It's not even an inch thick. It's just like flat like paper. But it works so good. So let's get to the first thing I want to show is, if you notice, these two, they are a little thicker than the brown one because I actually doubled the foam. And then I said, let me try it without doubling the foam, just a single sheet. And I noticed with a single sheet, it does work. So I'm going to do one with a single sheet first. Matter of fact, no, I want to double it. No, let's do the single sheet. Let's do the single sheet. So the first one I'm going to do is the embossing folder, right? So you can actually, if you want, cut down, cut this with a trimmer, but I'm not going to do that. I realized during the last time that it wasn't really necessary. But you do have to consider how big you want the stamp, right? So I will use this amount here. I'm gonna put a white piece of paper underneath so you can see what I'm doing. So I cut the piece of plastic, which is gonna help me determine the size of the foam sheet. If you want it really straight, then you can use, you know, a trimmer. If you struggle with cutting straight lines. Okay, mine is not 100% straight, but it's okay. So I'll just go like this. And then I'll just put a little in there. And I'm gonna cut in between that so it can just be a little bit smaller. And so if you want to use an embossing folder and you don't have, where's that plastic at? If you want to use an embossing folder and you don't have a, like a die cut machine, like a Sizzix, you can use a rolling pin once you put the foam inside of the, you know, embossing folder. So I'm gonna leave this for now. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm gonna leave this for now. I don't need to take the backing off, but I am going to put this here. Okay, what did I do last time? I need to make sure that I know the last time I made a mistake the way I put it in, and I didn't get the impression that I wanted. Ooh, let me do it this way. If it comes out messed up, then I forgot what happened before. Anyway, so let me go ahead now and put this through the Sizzix. Make the sandwich here. Use those plastics. I'll make the sandwich. I'll put it right there. I couldn't even see it because it was so clear in there. Okay, and so I just run it back and forth 2 times, as you'll see. Make sure this is recording, because that's the last thing I need. Lord Jesus. Okay, we good. I don't have to be doing this over. Okay, but I do plan to make more of these in the future. I just like the fact that I can get more use out of the embossing folders, other things, and then make stamps that, okay, let's see. Oopsie. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so let me take this off. Okay, you know what? While I got this down, I might as well do the other one, right? Do the die cut one. And then, so I can put this get this out of the way. But I want to double. I want to double the paper, the foam sheets. So let me go ahead and double these. Right? And I know that I don't want it too big. So I'm gonna go like this and then like this. That should be big enough for what I do. So I am gonna unback one of them. Sticky back foam sheets. And put this like this, put it together. Okay, there we go. So I have that. Now to do, oh, you know what? I'm glad that I didn't put it away because I forgot there's another embossing that I wanted to use. Okay, so we have that like this. And I'm going to use these circles again because I have an idea for them. So I'm going to use this size. And you know what I think I want to do? I want to go... Nah, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. But this will work. Let me put this down. Let me do something a little different. Put this here. Let me see if I could get that all the way. I'm going to try to get this in. I think I could do it. I think it'll work. Let's see. Because it'll cut out that much. Alright. Let's put this like this. Okay, and so it did cut through, yes, and I like the fact that it made this here. So I have actually like 2 pieces out of that one, and then I have this one, and I have some scrap left. Okay, so we did that. So now I'm gonna put these dies away. And there was one more embossing one that I wanted to do. One more embossing one I wanted to do. And so, that's this plant right here. I'm really intrigued by that. And so, I'm going to use a double for that one. I'm going to double it. Double the foam. It's still thin. Okay, so that's that. Okay, and take this, put this over here, and now I'm going to use this again for the embossing. And this is the embossing folder I want to use. Okay. I hope I'm putting this in the right way. I didn't pay attention. You see, this is the thing with me in this die cutting machine. This is kind of a thicker material, so I don't know if, oh, there it goes. But I shouldn't have a problem. Oh, it's not good. Just take a little bit more. Ooh. Gotta be careful. Gotta make sure I get a good impression. Okay, this time when I take it out, I'm gonna make sure I pay closer attention to what I'm doing. Good, I did it right. Because I put the raised part on the bottom. and then this part, the embossed part on the bottom and the debossed part on the top, and it made this embossed. Good. Okay, pay closer attention to that. Okay, so now that's the case for all of these with the embossing and the die cut. So I can put this out, get this out of the way. Now, what we do next, oh, you know what? I gotta make the scrap pieces, right? So I'm gonna do all of that. So here are some scraps pieces, particularly this right here. But I want to make sure that I do like squares and rectangles. That's what I want. And they don't have to be perfect. I have a square punch, but it was too, even the flat pieces of foam sheets, when it wasn't doubled, it still wouldn't go through. It wouldn't go inside the stamp, inside the punch, so I couldn't use it. So I was like, okay, that was this one. It won't fit. This got a fingernail print, which I don't know. It's gonna probably most likely show up. Okay, I'm gonna take a few more because I'm gonna make that square stamp, that's that scrap stamp, a little smaller than the other stamps. Okay, and then we're gonna go over all that we have here. I'll do 2 squares. Okay, so these are our scrap pieces. So let me get everything else out of the way so this area can be nice and whatchamacallit, see it nicely. Okay, so now, so what we have our scrap pieces that I just cut out. Then we have the die cut pieces. And we have 2 embossed pieces. One thin, one foam sheet, and the other one double-sided. Not double-sided, doubled. Now what do we need? We need the pieces of plastic for the die cuts and, you know, the embossed pieces. Here's another piece of plastic. I am going to use this one for the circles over here. I'm gonna use this little one for those squares. I'm not gonna even need all those squares. That is for the circles. This is for them. And for this, I'm going to use, remember I said I want to use a piece of plastic from, oh, something's going on. I hope, wherever they're going, I hope everything's okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out. Piece of plastic. This piece of plastic is actually more sturdier than that other plastic that I have right there. Oh my goodness, it is much sturdier. Okay. Yeah, that's sturdy. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these and back them. I'm gonna back the pieces of plastic. Well, I'm gonna put the pieces on the plastic. So here's this one is on there now. Now that's a stamp. Look how flat. Okay, space saving DIY stamps. Get rid of the bulk. No more bulk. No more bulky DIY stamps. Unless that's what you like. But I do know, like, you can run out of storage space. It gets cumbersome. Like, I don't have a place for all of that, all of those stamps. So now I'm gonna do this, put this one down here. I want to put some off. I'm gonna put one here. Then I'm gonna cut this. Put it right here to the side. Put this right here to the side. Put this one right here. And this one, I think I'm gonna try. No, I think, let me, oh, I got, okay, take this. I'm gonna put this one here. I want to do something a little, let me see. I gotta see where I'm putting it. Putting this two at the edge here. And this one I'm gonna take and put this one too. Put this here. Okay. So that's another one. And then the last one, which is this one here, it's very small. I'm going to do this. Put this here. Put this one. I ain't even need all of those, but I'll save it to make another stamp. This can go here, this can go here. Oh, it's a little and maybe what I'll do is do this, but I'm gonna cut this really thin. Okay, so okay, now if you look at all four of these stamps, it's still thinner than how one stamp could be with some wood or cardboard. But these are the size of them. They're just so flat. They're truly space saving. So even with all the ones that I just made, where did I put them? Matter of fact, I'm gonna put them all together when I'm done. Not right now. So I'm gonna take out 4 pieces of paper so we can try stamping them. So you can see what it's like. And I'm gonna use this, and remember I said the repositional glue. Now if you want to, you could just use it like this. Look. You don't even need this or acrylic block, right? And I noticed with one of them before it wasn't sticking, but for the most part, they do stick. And it's repositional glue, so you can take it on and off and clean it. So I'm gonna use, the first one I'm gonna use is cracked pistachio. I'm gonna take out speckled egg, cracked pistachio. I'm gonna take out this one right here. This one is kind of old. These are 2 oxides, and I'm gonna take out 2 inks. I'm gonna use 2 inks and 2 oxides by Distress, by Ranger Distress. So for this first one, I'm gonna take the glue stick, put it on my stamping block. I do want to use the stamping block for that. Or I could put it on the back of this, on the back of the stamp, because it is repositional glue. Go like this. And it's on there. Right, I can press it in. Then I'm gonna also press it in when I put the ink too. Hold on. It's over here. So I went like this. You can rub it, rub the ink on. You see how it moves because it's repositional. So you just want to be careful with that. Oopsie. Hold on. Okay, here we go. That was a little messy, but you know, I could have did it better, but you get the point. You don't even have to use this, like I said. And so now I just hold it here for a moment because I learned that it gives it, doing this gives time for the ink to soak into the paper, right? And so just holding it there and letting it make contact for a few seconds does help. And here is the impression. Look at that. Look at that. That's some good texture right there. Put that to the side. Next up, and then look, you just take it off. Just take it off. That's it. And you can go like this, wipe it down if you want, like this. But you know, basically, it's almost like all of it is off. The second generation is not much after that, right? And you can take something and wipe it like this if you want afterwards. It comes right off the repositional glue, and it's nice and clean, so you don't have to worry about it sticking to anything else. So the next stamp, let's do these circles, but I wish I would have had a, let me see if it's gonna fit on this whole thing. It's not gonna show all the way, but it'll show half part of the way, so that's fine. Okay, and so I'm gonna go ahead and, honey, what's that? I'm recording, but I'm just asking. That's a steakum?
No, that's a turkey bacon.
Oh, okay. All right, so I'm put this down. There we go. And I could have put it on here. That's what I was doing before. Now I'm putting it on a, but either way, I mean, you putting it, so it's good. So, right, so I'm gonna press that down. Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna use this blue right here. Oh, I don't know how much ink is in this one. Oh, yeah, still some ink. Because this pad right here is kind of a old ink pad. And here is the paper. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the stamping on here. Give it a few seconds so the ink can absorb into the paper. I am pressing down a little bit, but you don't have to press down so hard. Okay, come up, and I'm loving this texture. There's that stamp. You know, if you do art journaling and mixed media art, this is really gonna help. Okay, I'm gonna show all of them too again at the end. And here's some second and third generations stamping. So I'm gonna take this up, use this Clorox wipe, and wipe off that glue on the back. And it's good to go for the next time around. And as you see, the ink do come off, so you can use other ones. I'm not cleaning this yet because I know that I'm gonna keep using it for the most part. Okay, so we got that stamp. So now we're gonna use this tree, which I'm gonna use cracked pistachio for that one. So let me put a little bit of ink down. Not ink, glue, repositional glue. Put this here, right? Press it in. Put the ink. Put the paper. And hold it down. Give the paper time to absorb the ink. And you could use this in your Bible journaling to put texture. It's just so awesome. What I really like is the space saving. And if you have like a Cricut, you can cut out images and then put them on acetate and make them stamps. And you can have so many of them, and you don't have to worry about a whole lot of storage. Because with the amount I made, I could just tuck it in the envelope. So let me get this. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. That is awesome. And that's distress oxide right there. Second generation. And that's a good thing. Like, it the ink comes off nicely. Oh, I forgot. Okay, take this, wipe it down. Get that glue off the back of it. And keep it moving. Last one, which I'm going to use the speckled egg for this one. Put the ink on the back. I'm so excited about this. You don't know, like, when you think of something and you try it. And I thought of it last week. It just was on my heart. Just do this. Do this as a how-to. Do this as a how-to. And I did another how-to. And it didn't really... It came out nice, but I ended up making it a regular video because I kind of went off on a tangent talking about some stuff. And in the how-tos, I don't want to do that. I want to stick to whatever is at hand, you know. It's a little bit different than a craft and chat type video. So let me go ahead and stamp. And I think I'm gonna take another color for this. That's oxide, right? I just used, let me see if I can find, I'm gonna use Salvage Patina in the ink to do the other part because that was the oxide, the other one I showed. Look at that, look how nice that is. I want kind of contrasting colors though. Let me use this orange. So let me get the second generation. Okay. So now I'm gonna put this orange. And now do a stamp over here. A little bit top. So because I like to chat, I have to catch myself to stay on, not start going off talking about something else during this how-to. Okay, so here we go. Look at that. Look at those impressions. Awesome. So take this one off. Clean it. I could get another white, I think, right now. Let me get another white. Oh, one had it. Clorox. And then now, I'm showing you this so you can see, like, the process, even with cleanup, because, you know, it could be a good idea and then you got another thing on your hand. So, just to show you how easy it is to make, easy to use, easy to clean, easy to store, and of course most of the functionality of it in the context of whatever art you're doing. Well, this could stamping, how functional it is, and I think it's exceptionally functional, and especially when it comes to what it does and the fact that you can, it's space saving, which is what I said the kind of stamps it was. So let's just go over the stamps. Let's go over the stamps first. And then, I'm trying to see where I put the others. Oh, it's right here. So, here are, once again, the prototypes that I had showed you before. And you know what? One quick second, because these I didn't wipe off. But like you could really see, like, even if you don't go through all of that, well, this one yet, a little wipe off. Like, again, I'll say that I think it's like the third time I'm saying it, or even the fourth, that even if you could make a decision to not use the stamp or the glue, you could just ink it up, take your hand, go like that, and it'll still work. You don't need to use this in this. It just helps with positioning. Okay, so this is the first stamp. This is the second stamp. This is the third stamp, right? Those are the prototypes I showed. This is the one I just made. other one I made, and with the embossing folders. Let me put all the embossed ones together. So these were the embossing folders. These were the die cuts. These are the die cuts, I should say. These are the die cuts. And these are the scrap pieces. Look how flat. Okay. So we see the space saving aspect right there. And that's functionality number 1. And then look at that. Easy storage. And how many stamps is that? 7. If I took out 7 stamps and showed you right now that I made with wood or cardboard or just wood stamps, you'd be like, that's a drawer. That's not a drawer. Okay, and now functionality number 2, the effect of the stamps. So from our prototype, what we just did together, what I just showed you rather, not that we did together, but what I just showed you. Look at that. Which one is your favorite? I'm loving this. Oh my God. Y'all don't know. I'm going to be going in this Cricut and these stamps. Oh my goodness. I might even, if some people want me to make some, because it's makeshift, it's DIY, but if you want some, want me to make you a few and send it, I won't put no glue or anything in there. Maybe I could send a glue. That would be part of the handmade item kit. If you wanted me to make you a couple, you want to send me some images and see if I could do it for you. Little sister, no, maybe another, you know, I like making handmade items. My shop is not one thing. I'm more like a gift shop with stickers and all kinds of stuff. So journals, bookmarks, making paper stencils. Somebody reached out to me and asked me to make something that was not in the shop. I made it, and I was like, you know, wow. Like, I'm glad they had the presence of mind to say, well, do you think this is something that you can make for me? Because I guess they realize I have a lot of craft items, and maybe it's something, and it actually is helping me to develop my arts and craft skills. So I was like, yes, yeah, sure. I tried it, and then I had to use Procreate, and it worked. It turned out nice, and it actually helped send me on an endeavor to do some additional stuff with that type of idea. So, but okay, so yeah, so this is it. These are it. And again, which one is your favorite? If you care to, you could leave it in the comments. I might leave a poll on the community tab too, you know, with a question. I'll see what comes to mind. So yes, so that's it. So with that being said, I want to say thanks for watching. God bless you, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye-bye.